Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Gemini, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have the Sun card. It's about bloody time, right? So light, heat, blessings, joy and abundance are about to show up for you. But also remember, whenever the Sun card shows up, it basically says it enhances the blessings that you're having and it diminishes the challenges that you're having. So what this tells me is over the course of this week, things are going to be easier for you. There's going to be a lot more flow. There's going to be a lot more peace. There's also going to be a lot more joy and a whole lot more laughter. And I am totally here for it. What I will also say with the Sun card as well, it can speak to travel and it can also speak to children, working with children, or happiness and joy that comes through children in our lives in some way, shape or form. With that said, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. For your actions and options this week, you have the King of Swords. An air sign male, an Aquarius, a Gemini or a Libra is likely to feature for you in some way, shape or form. Because this is in the actions and options as well, this is you tapping into your higher mind. This is also about some of your big ideas finally reaching the light of day. This is where things or people, not even things or people, this is about where your ideas and your higher sort of aspirations and goals are starting to be felt and made real or more tangible, let's say. What this also tells me is that a lot of you are chucking around ideas, concepts. It's like something's starting to take shape, something's starting to take form. And for a lot of you, I kind of feel like this is about you really starting to understand what your expertise is and how you get it out into the world. Because you've got this with the Sun card as well, it's likely to be that you're interacting with someone that brings you a whole bunch of joy, makes you laugh, maybe somebody that even challenges you, but like in the best way, right? And for me, like those are the best friends that you ever have are the ones that call you on your shit, right? As far as I'm concerned, anyway, those are anyone that knows me, like the people that are my friends, they know. Like if I'm being a dick or like they want to tell me off or whatever, like they can tell me, and you know, I'll take it on board or I won't. But that to me is the mark of true friendship. And I feel for a lot of you, this is you. It's like you're doing and being that for others, but you're having that this week. It's like you're connecting with somebody that, yes, they make you laugh, but they're also pushing you to get the most out of yourself. You'll have to forgive the hum and the floaty t-shirt. I got a fan on. It's very hot here in the UK at the minute. So if it looks or sounds a little weird, that's why. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Six of Wands. So this Six of Swords, sorry. So the Six of Swords coupled with the Sun card, a lot of you are having conversations this week that will probably have an international feel about them. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you are planning trips or travel. Maybe some of you are planning speaking events. Maybe some of you are planning big events, or maybe you're getting invited to things that are happening at a distance from you. It's interesting because Aries got a similar message. It wasn't so focused on career and profession as it is for you guys, but I really like this energy for you. There's a lot of talk about travel. There's a lot of looking further afield to where you are. So maybe some of you are planning a move. Some of you are probably planning a trip. Some of you are probably being invited to speak in places, spaces or arenas that maybe you hadn't even considered for yourself. And that is really exciting. For those of you that are students, and in some form of academia, honestly, this could be a lot of you planning a gap year this week. A lot of you could be having conversations about that. What I like about this King of Swords though is even though it's in your actions and options, it's almost like somebody saying to you, yes, you know what, you're a great student, but take time out to get some experience. Maybe think about what you're going to do for your work placement. There's a lot of forward thought this week about what comes next. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, again, this could literally be that some sort of opportunity to travel comes up through your work. So I really like that. I mean, you know, listen, if you can travel on the boss's dime, honey, get it. For bad, Rafi. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, this is you building those international connections. This is you creating or restructuring your own business infrastructure. It's like this week, a lot of what you're doing is reconfiguring the pieces that make up what you do, and your audience is broadening in some way. For some of you, you could literally, because the Six of Swords is travel by sea, for some of you, you could literally be traveling over on the seas or staying next to a body of water. And this could really have a lot of focus for a lot of you at this moment in time. But that whole thing about international connections really comes through, not just because you've got the Six of Swords, but the Six of Swords with the Sun card, which is already a travel card. It connects you to distant or far places. For those of you that are sorry, you'll have to forgive me, I'm melting as well. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, I really like this for rediscovery of a passion project that maybe is from your youth, something that you used to love to do, now gets to see the light of day, or it becomes a primary focus for you from this week onwards. For your love and relations, you've got the Seven of Swords. Okay, so not the easiest of cards to have, but it's not always doom and gloom. For those of you that are single and looking and prepared and open, you've got the Sun card here as well, right? What this speaks to me of is a lot of you this week are having really powerful or very deep conversations about what you require from a relationship. And for some of you, you're doing this whole thing. Maybe you're creating a vision board. Maybe you are literally designing or redefining what relationship means to you, what love looks like to you. For some of you, you could finally be opening up to it. I'm hearing eclipse of the heart in my mind as well. Or maybe that's just my really gay nature. It's possible. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, look, I gotta be honest, I don't feel like this is a new lie. I feel like this is a previous lie that you have maybe caught a partner in before. But this week, it's like you're able to forgive them. Maybe you haven't been able to up until now. And you know, when trust is broken, trust is broken. It's hard to get over. Doesn't matter how enlightened we think we are. It's very human. Once trust is broken, it's really hard to get it back. But this week, it looks like you turn a corner. It looks like you cross a threshold in some way to really say, okay, you know what, you made a mistake, it's human, we can start to move on from this from here on in, which I actually really like. What I will say to you though, for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term, in fact, just for all of you, if you are consulting with somebody around, through, or with a partnership, this week you do want to be mindful, because it's likely that there's going to be information that comes to light. So you might be really into something, totally ready to go for it, and then you get a final piece of information and you're like, okay, now I have some reservations. All right, so just you really listen to your gut on this one. For your money and materials, what more could you ask for? You've got the Ten of Pentacles. Whatever you have been working on or towards, the money is with you, darling. The pennies are, not even the pennies, the pounds, the dollars, the moolah is rolling in this week. Those finances are looking juicy. Ten of Pentacles with the Six of Swords. This is something that you've worked on, towards, or over for a very long time that is now starting to yield those efforts. With the Sun card here with the Ten of Pentacles, this is a week where even if the money itself, like this week, the money starts to show up in the tangible. So you're starting to see the results. But even if it's not the big money that you'd hoped for, this really tells me that from here on in, like this week, you could see the vision. Let's say you've said, right, you know what, the next house that I want to buy it outright. This is that vision starting to become real. Your higher mind, your higher, more connected self is starting to really give you what you need. This is how this is going to show up for you. If you find yourself really heavily leaning towards being what may feel a little bit money obsessed this week, it's not that. There's some higher purpose or some higher mind self is kicking in this week that is activating a whole new level of abundance for you. For your physical health and vitality, the Ten of Pentacles is your stomach and your digestive system. Honestly, with the cards that are present, and because you've got the Sun card here, I don't think it's going to be a problem. If anything, it might just be that you overindulge. But you know what? If you can't splurge a little in life, what is the point? When it comes to your home and environment, the Ten of Pentacles, especially with the Sun card, that's either a get together. It's like the young people of the family and the old people are all coming together, maybe with you being the focal point. There's a big gathering of some sort that's happening for you guys this week, and I think it's really, really great. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.